Hey everyone, so today I'm finally doing another did they stay or did they go perfume video. This type of video was one of my favorite videos to film when I first started my YouTube channel, and I have been trying to keep up with it and keep doing them, and I have now filmed one in a minute. So in these videos, I love to give you guys kind of like updates on past hauls that I have done on my channel. And I go back. I know that some people were telling me like, why are you going so far back? But it's because with perfume, the longer ago the haul was, if I still have that perfume in my collection, I can give you a much better review because I have worn it. I got to know it. I feel like perfume is not just you sniff it and that's it. I feel like there's so much more to it. The ones that are not in my collection, some of them I don't even remember, so I'm honest with you guys. The ones that we have today is pretty funny because I cannot stand cherry. Cherry is a note that just makes me think of medicine. It makes me think of like colds and taking care of my daughters, and it does not make me feel sexy. It doesn't make me feel pretty, none of that. Funny enough, this haul has a ton of cherry perfumes that I have picked up at that time. So if you're interested to see what my thoughts are on those fragrances, pretty much like 2 years later, I think at this point, then just keep on watching. All right, guys, so I pulled up the last haul that I have not updated on, and funny enough, affordable perfume haul, lots of cherry scents. Really? I do not like cherry. But when I was in Puerto Rico, I feel like that stage of my channel was me really just discovering what I liked and what I didn't like. So I was buying all types of perfumes left and right, and it was so exciting. It was so much fun, but you do get to a point where you're just like, I don't like these types of perfumes. They're not for me. It doesn't make me feel good about myself, which for me, perfume is very important in how I feel about myself. I like to feel put together, clean, pretty, just all of that. And if a perfume is not doing that, it needs to go. If you want to watch the haul first, go ahead and see what my thoughts were back then. And then you can see kind of like how I'm feeling about those now. So I am going to start off with the first one. And the first one is Al Haramain Laventure. So I think the Laventure that I was talking about in that video was the gold one, but I did receive, I believe they sent me the rose, the gold. So I did have a few at one point, but I'm going to talk about the Laventure Gold by Al Haramain. And this fragrance, in the section on Fragrantica where people put the perfume that it reminds them of, I'm seeing J'adore, and I'm seeing one from Creed, which is Aventus for Her. And I don't think I have tried that one yet, but I do remember Laventure Gold. There was nothing wrong with that perfume. I'm gonna try and describe it the way that I remember it. I do remember it being classy. I do remember it smelling sort of like money, a boss going to a meeting. I know that's super random, but just more professional smelling in my opinion. Like it smells like something I would wear to work, to a meeting, to a dinner, that type of vibe. It's not a casual perfume. And the main accords for that perfume are green, musky, powdery, fruity, white floral, citrus, woody, floral, fresh, and fresh spicy. And the notes are bergamot, green leaves, and black currant in the opening. In the middle, you have lily of the valley, plum, orchid, jasmine, and rose, and then you have musk, sandalwood, and vanilla in the base. So plum is a note that I just cannot, I don't like it. Now, back then, I didn't really know that I didn't like plum. I started figuring that out with time, but maybe that's what I didn't like about this one. But I do remember this fragrance just smelling classy. Kind of like those perfumes that are known for being classy, kind of like Chanel perfumes and Dior perfumes. It's not mature, in my opinion, but it's also not juvenile at all. It's a grown perfume, very feminine. If you're looking for something like that, go ahead and check that one out. But for me, it just wasn't something that I liked enough to keep it in my collection. So that one is gone. All right, next up we have one that I think I tried 2 times. And I actually really love how it smells, but it always just ends up not working out for me. And that fragrance is Prada Candy Gloss. So the main accords for that fragrance are sweet, cherry, almond, fruity, nutty, vanilla, powdery, and amber. And I remember I bought this fragrance because of the almond. So back then at that point, I was starting to realize how much I love almond in perfumes. So this one had almond, it has vanilla, heliotrope, there's peach, rose and orange blossom, there's musk, and then the opening is the sour cherry and the cassis. It's, again, this one's not a horrible perfume. It's not bad at all. I actually think that it's super pretty and super girly. Kind of makes you think of like being a little girl and playing with toys and being super girly. And to be honest, when it comes to Prada Candy Gloss, it wasn't even so much the cherry, because the cherry in that one is not like the worst. It actually smells really good because it does have that almond in there, and it's very creamy and very nice fragrance. But the performance on that one, on me at least, was horrible. I would put that one on and not even an hour later it was already gone. So that was one of the main reasons why I decided to get rid of it, because I really like to smell my perfumes on me. So if I cannot smell you, you gotta go. That was Prada Candy Gloss. Next up, we have one that is still in my collection, affordable, and this one is Guess Seductive Noir. This right here, if you're looking for your next holiday perfume and you want something affordable, you're not looking to spend a lot of money, look into Guess Seductive Noir. If you love, I was like a spicy vanilla, there is a little bit of like an aromatic touch to this one and a lot of sexiness. It's very, very sexy in my opinion. I love to wear this one for date night, for going out in the evening, for dinner, for parties, for holiday events, holiday parties. It just smells so good. This even looks like it's going to smell sexy. It's such a good perfume, and it's also a dupe for Guerlain's Mon Guerlain. So if you're looking for a fragrance that smells like that, this one. I think this one's even better than the original Mon Guerlain, because that one has lavender, and I think they used a different aromatic note. I think it's sage or something like that with this one, but it doesn't feel, lavender on me can sometimes be a little too masculine, or it can be a little too aromatic. Like sometimes I just don't want to smell like that in my perfume, but in here the sage or whatever it is that they use smells really nice. It's a little bit smoother, it's not as in your face, and to me it's more of like a spicy, sexy vanilla. This is definitely, I would say vanilla would be like the #1 thing that I would describe it as, along with aromatic. And there is a little bit of like a powderiness to this perfume, but it's not too much. Don't let that, if you do not like powdery perfumes, I feel like this one is not like a powder bomb, but there's definitely a little bit of a powdery touch in there. And also I get like a warm spice. So this is perfect for fall, perfect for winter, perfect for date night. If you want to feel really sexy and just pretty, unstoppable, this is such a good one. And I think this can be found as cheap as like 18 bucks. So you can smell good and be on a budget, no doubt about that. So that's the only one that I have from this haul that is still in my collection. There is also Guess Seductive Red, which I have been tempted to bring it back to try it again, but I think I got rid of it for a reason. I don't want to bring it again and then have to get rid of it for the same reason again. It's a really nice one, but then again, I feel like it has the same issue as the Prada Candy Gloss. So Guess Seductive Red looks exactly like this bottle, but it's red. And I feel like the smell of it is so good. Even though it has cherry, that perfume smells perfect to me. So the main accords are cherry, sweet, vanilla, floral, almond, fruity, nutty, powdery, woody, and fresh. There is cherry, almond, there's pink pepper, cherry blossom, magnolia, vanilla, tonka bean, sandalwood. It is a beautiful scent, but it did not last. It did not last. That one I would spray it on. I cannot smell it, not even for an hour. So unfortunately, Guess Seductive Red for me didn't work, but I didn't give it a chance to sit in my collection. So I want to ask you guys, if you have Guess Seductive Red and you've had it for a while now, did the longevity get better, or is it still one that lasts a little bit, that's very soft, that you can't really smell? Let me know how it's been working for you. Next up, we have RIVE Fleur de Femme. That was a long time ago. Wow. This was another, I forgot that this whole haul was affordable, but this one's very affordable. I do remember this one being really, really good. And I honestly don't know what was the reason that I decluttered it because it's been so long, but most likely with this one, it was because I was trying to get rid of things that smelled too similar to each other. I might be wrong, but I think that might be the reason why, because there was absolutely nothing wrong with this perfume. This smells so good. I'm happy that I can talk about it again, even though I don't have it here with me. But for those of you, again, who are looking for affordable options and you love perfumes that I usually like, and you love vanilla, you love almond, you love all of those types of smooth, creamy perfumes, these are some really good options. So this one, the main accords are sweet, vanilla, almond, nutty, fruity, cherry, powdery, citrus, woody, and white floral. The notes for this one are almond, sour cherry, bitter orange, and peach. The middle notes are sandalwood, jasmine, neroli, rose, patchouli, and cedar. And the base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and musk. So this smells very similar to the scent DNA of Poison Girl. That is my type of perfume. I really love that type of scent. So it is very similar to Poison Girl. So if you have Poison Girl, don't get it. It's not really needed. But if you like the way Poison Girl smells and you want an affordable option, that is the one to look into. It also kind of has that same vibe as Girl of Now from Elie Saab, and all of those kind of like gourmandish sweet scents, but they still have like a perfumey sexy touch to them as well. So check that one out if you're looking for an affordable option. All right, next up we have Lolita Lempica, and this one is Sweet. So the main accords for this one: sweet, cherry, musky, powdery, cacao, nutty, almond, iris, and vanilla. I would love to smell these again. That is exactly why I should have kept decants. So that needs to be a new rule that I need to make. Before I declutter, I need to decant so that I can go back and reference things for you guys, because it's hard to describe something and you don't have it anymore. But this one, I can tell you right now, it had to have been the cherry and that Angelica note, because I usually run away from that. So I don't remember too much about Lolita Lempica Sweet, but I do remember that I just don't have luck with those perfumes. And that one was, I feel like her perfumes are intense. Like if it's sweet, it's sweet. If it's thick, it's like thick to the point that you can't even, you know, it's just, they just don't work out for me. So Lolita Lempica Sweet, I don't have too much to say about that. It has been a very long time, so I have not smelled it. But if any of you guys have it and you want to describe it or anything like that, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. And then the last fragrance that I got in this haul is Loverdose Red Kiss from Diesel, and the main accords for this one are sweet, fruity, woody, cacao, nutty, warm, spicy, white floral, citrus, patchouli, and amber. And this has sugar, black currant, there's hazelnut, there's apricot, cacao pot, patchouli, amber. I remember this one smelling super good. This one just did not feel like me. I also don't remember a whole lot about this one. I do remember that it smelled a lot like black currant from my memory. I do remember that, and I do remember it smelling rich. I do remember it smelling sexy. It definitely smelled sexy, but it just wasn't one that wowed me enough for me to keep it in my collection. But again, that one is one that I would suggest wearing for date night, evening, going out. It's not like a casual type of perfume, even though during winter you could probably put it on every day and it would smell really, really nice. But definitely one that I think is better for fall and for winter time. It's just one that didn't really stand out to me enough to stay in my collection, but I definitely think it's a good option as an affordable option. If you love perfumes like Black Opium, if you love La Vie Belle, if you love La Nuit Tresor, A La Folie, which is the one that I have, like more darker fragrances that are still sexy and feminine, then that one is a great one to look into. That brings me to the end of this Did They Stay or Did They Go video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I will continue to film these. I'm trying to get the holidays out of the way, you guys, because the holidays are always just so crazy, just between sponsorships and content and sales and shopping and the holidays and family and traveling. It's a lot. So these months are always a little bit hectic. hectic for me. But starting the new year, I will get back on a schedule where I will be catching up with these videos and I will be updating you guys on so many more fragrances. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.